to the Roaring Peacock podcast, and it's a collaboration with Beyond the 90 LCFC as well. This is a match preview, Leeds United versus Leicester City. My name's Adonis. You can find me at the Adelites on Twitter. It's a very good hello from me. Joining us from Beyond the 90 is Neil.
How are you doing? Yeah, first time getting this software sorted. I've just looked and it's working on our stream as well. So even everybody, let's get your comments in and let's get reacted to this because I mean, well, you make it up on the fly, Adonis. Hey, that's all we do things here.
Bremnis Ghost says, evening all. Nora says, woohoo. And as you can tell, if you are watching on YouTube and not listening on the podcast, I'm growing a mustache for Movember.
It's a bold look, I'll say that.
Bold look. The dirtiest of dirty mustaches. Right.
You've got to get past the phase. That's it. You've got to get past that phase. And once you're all right, you'll be okay.
Leeds United team news. Luke Ayling, Patrick Bamford and Robin Koch still out. To all the shave your head, says Rusty. Thanks, Rusty. To all the Leicester fans, yes, Koch is still out for us. Junior Firpo and Jamie Shackleton, possible returns. For Leicester, Barnes, Madison Pereira and Ndidi could all feature for the Foxes.
Yeah, so for Ndidi, he played, actually we've got it here as well. Ant's in there, so fantastic. We've got the Champions League because we were at it, and yeah, just about defrosted now because, God, it was a cold night. Ndidi will probably feature, to be honest. Barnes has been out with a stomach bug, same with Madison. So I think, and then obviously James Justin and Wesley Fana are long time injuries as well. So yeah, we aren't great at the moment. I think a lot of Leicester fans will tell you that, but from what I hear, it seems very similar about Leeds and Leicester in terms of attack and defence.
Yes, a few comments here. Paul, evening everybody. Ant from your channel says Koch. Rusty Smith, good Abend. Nora, good evening, everyone. And 8-Ball Ali says, evening all. Yeah, Europe. So Spartak Moscow, you played them, didn't you? What's that like, being in Europe? It's been a while for us.
Yeah, it's still mental. It's funny how expectations change, you know. I mean, we went into this game and we were like, oh my God, Moscow are coming to town. Everybody wear helmets because they might cave your head in. No, but they were... It was not. It's nice to be under the lights and go back and see the team in Europa League. The fans were really up for it, but it was just a performance that was frustrating. I mean, listening to it's one of the things. You know, we reacted after the match. We went, "This isn't really good enough in terms of we need to be performing better." And it's kind of this. It's the story of our season at the moment in terms of Europe. We've played 4. We've got obviously Napoli, Sparta Moscow, and Legia Warsaw. And I was like, I was like, I don't know any of these teams. I know Napoli just briefly. And out of them, we've played 4. We've played Spartak Moscow twice. We are currently in the group 3rd with 1 win, 1 loss, and 2 draws. And it's like, for the team that finished 5th, we're kind of like, we should be playing better, but we're glad we're in Europe. There's a lot of mixed messages at the moment. So we will have to see what happens.
Mixed messages for us as well. I think we're underperforming from last year, or maybe last year we severely overperformed, and now we've set ourselves up. I've just had a massive curry, and I'm feeling a little bit like in a coma, in an Indian coma.
That's not a euphemism, by the way, and it's not anything to do with me.
Dave Rowson on Facebook. The weasels are huge in the woods of Moscow, biggest in the world.
More you know.
Really? Weasels?
I've no idea.
I tried to
bring any of them
them.
with them.
I tried to avoid weasels.
Okay, for any particular reason?
No. Let's talk about our previous matches. Leeds played Norwich away. It was Norwich 1, Leeds 2. It went Rafinha on the 56th minute, then Omar Bamidele on the 58th minute, and then Rodrigo on the 60th minute. And aside from that, not much happened. Bit of a coma, says Paul. Yeah, we cancelled the coma. We had a butter chicken. Very good though.
I think you said coma, and I think he heard coma.
I realised that. So pretty disappointing. We were hoping to beat Norwich by a little bit more than that. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. Gabriel in the 5th minute and Smith Rowe in the 18th minute.
So one thing you learn from that is that if you are any good at set pieces, you're going to score goals against us. We are woeful at set pieces, and anything in the air we can't deal with. If you go and look at that, normally we were like, okay, a lot of Leicester fans were saying to Arsenal fans, you will score from a corner, and we kind of admitted that. We didn't expect to be in the 5th minute. So it's kind of like the first corner, the first head in the game, they score, and we go, oh, here we go again. To pour for the first 20 minutes. So yeah, if you're any good in the air, we might as well give you a goal now, because we are not I think we've had 2 clean sheets all season. One at the beginning of the season against Wolves, which we just about got away with, and the second one was against Millwall, of all people.
Millwall. Team that you want to avoid in general.
Yeah.
Especially their fans. Yeah, so good in the air. No, we're bad. We're terrible in the air. We were one of the worst teams in the air last year, and then we brought into our team the height advantage of Dan James and Jamie Shackleton, a massively tall lad at about 5 foot.
We're terrible. Again, if it helps, we've got 6'2" people and we're still terrible in the air. So I think we've got the worst defensive record from set pieces and the worst attacking record from set pieces as well. So you won't be expecting goals. We got a goal from a set piece, I think, the last time, and we celebrated it like it was no tomorrow. As one of our central defenders, one looped it on, the other person stuck it in the back of the net against Moscow. But apart from that, yeah, we're terrible at set pieces. I think this might be just let's grumble about both of our teams. I think the way we've set up, as in both of ours, the expectation we've set of previous seasons, it just like has come down, and part of our fan base, but like you were saying, has gone, look, we should be lucky to be where we are, and some people have gone, no, expectations change. We've won the FA Cup. We've finished fifth twice in a row. You know, we are building up, and we want to push on that next level. I don't know if Leeds are thinking the same thing, but it's really split the fan base, and you really don't like to see it.
Right. Yeah, we scored from a set piece. I think it was Dallas, and he crossed it in, and it went over everybody's head, which is sort of what you're talking about. All of our teams' heads, all the players on both teams, and then dribble into the goal. So let's talk about those previous games last season, because it was really Jekyll and Hyde, I guess, for both of us. Leeds 1, Leicester 4.
Yeah.
From my perspective, 3 avoidable goals. It was cock-ups, basically.
Was he playing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He wasn't out. He was in at that point. Cock was in, and making a few mistakes. 3 avoidable goals. Leeds dominated possession, but the chances were split evenly, and you countered very well, and were clinical.
Yeah, and it was a weird, again, performance-wise. I remember coming on because it was about this time last year, I want to say. It was about this time last year that we played each other at your ground, and obviously no fans were there, so we were kind of doing content before that, and I was feeling really unconfident just because of the amount of games that we've played and the injuries we picked up. We had loads of injuries, but just again, we were just phenomenal on the counter. I remember just the relentlessness of Leeds, and just thinking, my God, are we going to hold on? And we managed to, and again, get some goals. I'm struggling to think back exactly in my notes exactly what we did, but it was a great performance from our half. But I can imagine there was a lot of running, but not a lot of finishing from your side.
Well, what you did was you set up defensively and hit us on the counter.
Who would have thought? Leicester City, hey.
Yeah. Is that how you normally play? No.
Against you, we can play like that. But
right.
In general, like, for example, if I bring up the statistics against, it might be me cry, but I'll bring up the statistics against the Moscow. We had 77% possession and only 3 shots on target. So it's kind of, we're in a very similar position from what we hear as well. Exactly. I think I'll find the exact things. However, it wasn't great.
Yeah, you see, you were very confident after beating us 4-1.
Yeah.
And then you decided to become the protagonist, and the possession was more even, but you had 18 shots to our 8, and we beat you 3-1. Oh dear. Nora says, this talk about
can I just say, we went on Adonis came on our show and said for the first time the Premier League's a piece of piss, isn't it? So we're both as bad as each other. I think at that point you were doing really well in the season as well.
Right. Yeah.
We just come off a 3-0 win against Aston Villa with 10 men.
No, we beat Man City with 10 men.
Oh, okay, that went anyway.
At the Etihad, but we did beat Aston Villa 3-0. It was Patrick Bamford, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't immediately after that game, because Leicester won Leeds 3.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Bamford, he absolutely pings it. I mean, that is one of the best finishes technically that you will ever see anybody ever score. It was so good. Running in, do you remember? He ran in. Maybe you don't.
I was away for that match. And oh, really? But yeah, I was away for that match. So I didn't manage to watch it. I just followed the score up there. It was 2-1. I was like, can we get something out of that? But no, I didn't. It's one of the ones I can watch the highlights, but I can't do commentary on, because you can't really do commentary on highlights.
Right. Basically, Bamford got the ball and he absolutely smashed it into the goal. It was a beautiful finish. Let's get around to some of your comments. Nora says, this talk about set pieces makes me feel a bit more positive about this game. Paul says, you two are both too nice. Can we just call it a draw? That's nice.
That's something, but it's going to be something stupid like a 3-3 draw, isn't it? If that's the case, because there is no defensive qualities to us, really. I don't know, from what I've read and what I've heard from your side, it's been pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Wardy, one of our peacocks, he said it was going to be a Desmond Tutu.
Can do.
Solanum, I'm 52 and will never tire of cock puns. Paul says, Germans have the same humour as us. I wonder if Robin laughs at them. But, of course, in German, it means cook, doesn't it? So it's just us that... Well, I'm telling you, it does.
Well, there we go then. But,
okay.
Again, still very similar word, even in German.
Bandy says, sorry, I'm late. Nora says, how dare you, Bandy? And, it's
Ali.
South. Yeah, Ali.
Is your favourite person. I remember after they beat you 4-0. Was it 4-1? 4-1?
Chris, he's a Pride of South London fan TV. He's a lad and he's got a Crystal Palace gnome.
We love Ali.
That's his thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
a
like
gnome.
We did a live with a Brighton fan, and them two have got that rivalry right there. And just as we're about to end, Ali comes in with just drops a bomb and then just sits there and smiles. It was really funny in the comments. So he always comes in with the perfect timing.
You fired?
Farted? Oh, we got fireworks. But yes, I farted. No.
No.
It was the fireworks outside.
Oh no, he dropped a bomb. I thought that's
right.
Apart from Easy's free kick against Leeds, that's what he was saying. Yeah. I remember we had a debate about that. And
it wasn't a debate.
No, it wasn't.
It really wasn't. I watched that and went, what the hell's going on with two of my favorite channels? And I went, oh geez, it's like you see your mum and dad break up, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening here.
If you weren't aware of that, I got the stats book out on the number of times that you would score from a free kick, because I was kind of saying that it was quite fortunate. I mean, that game was really fortunate. Leeds against Crystal Palace, there was one wickedly deflected cross. It was just one of the most bizarre goals that you'll see. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Easy scored from a free kick. Anyway, predicted lineups. Can you see this? I've done something here.
Oh wow! Look at you.
Huh?
That's fantastic. This is proper high tech. You've got this. I love it.
The latest technology. If you're listening on the podcast, I've drawn up the predicted lineups. So starting with Leeds, Meslier, Shackleton maybe on the right, Llorente, Cooper, Dallas, Phillips, Rafinha, and then I'm going for a couple of midfielders in midfield. I don't know if this will work or not. I don't know if Bielsa will do that. He'll maybe play Klaassen instead in there. Forshaw and Click. That's what I thought. James on the left and Rodrigo up front. And then what do you think for Leicester there?
I mean, for the audio listeners, we're going to go Schmeichel at the back, Amate, Sionchu, and Evans, which is probably bang on. Tielemans and Samore. I'd say Samore comes out, so as a double pivot, I'd say if Ndidi's fit, he'll come in that position. Thomas on the left, we'll see. Castagna has been one of our best performers. I think he will go over because he's he can play with both feet. He'll go over to the right, so the left, and then Ricardo will come in onto the right. And then the front three, yeah, we could. It's always a tough one. We might have Vardy and Nacho. I think that'll be a guaranteed starter. Now, either Barnes will play on the left, or we will play Maddison as the number 10, which I'm probably more. So we play like a 3-4-1-2. So yeah, so pretty much you've got majority of it right. So well done for that.
Thank you. I did my research. You were stuck in traffic, so that gave me time to do some research.
Fair enough. That's well done. Again, I've need to actually, but yeah, find out. But yeah, if coming into this again, we kind of play a 3 at the back now. That's kind of the way that we go and how we play football. If we go to a 4 at the back, we do look terrible. We've got, again, it's really funny that we've bought a player. We'll just talk about set pieces. We bought a centre back from Southampton who's 6'6", and somehow, being that tall, he can't header the ball. And for all Leicester fans, exactly, it's comical, but not when he plays for your team, because you go, oh, how is this even a thing? So
it's too tall. He's too tall. The ball's going under him.
But he doesn't hit his head. He hits his arm.
He's going like a camel.
It came off his 6'6" camel. But that's what we've got so far. That's what we've got.
I heard he's got a cold. He's got the flu that's going around.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing. I've not looked. I'm sorry to get honest.
No, you were stuck in traffic, so I watched the Brendan Rodgers press conference. Okay, let's get on to some of the chat here. Dylan says, "Evening. Been a while since I've been on." Good evening, Dylan. Dylan runs the No Context Roaring Peacock, I think.
Oh, okay.
So, Seagulls versus Eagles, the Who Gives a Damn Derby. There you go. Referencing the, you know what I thought when you were talking about the Ali and you had a Brighton fan on. I thought you were going to say that the Brighton fan pulled out a gnome as well.
I mean, it's not live. It's live, so we can't go back and edit it. But let's pretend that we said that as well. But imagine that would be hilarious. Or
Yeah.
Seagull gnome. Ali would have absolutely lost his mind.
Have we got anyone back from the physio yet? Anyone? Says Paul. Yeah. Junior Firpo and Jamie Shackleton on the way back.
There was a lot of hype around him, I think, because obviously you come from the Barcelona academy from you guys. But you've got to be honest, you've had a poor transfer window, haven't you?
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
It's all right. You do exactly the same the other way around.
We tried to get Conor Gallagher. We almost got him.
Really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And what happened was it just didn't happen. Or Crystal Palace again. Ali went and just yoinked him down.
It's
to
the
South
gnome.
London.
Yeah.
It's the gnome. It is the gnome.
Speaking of him, Pride of South London Fan TV, time has healed and Leeds have won in London since. That's true. That is true, Ali. If you haven't seen our match review when we beat Fulham, it was a very joyous experience. We all had our socks off. waving it over our heads. Salt, loving Adonis's CGI, like watching an Avengers film. A pen and a paper, what can I say? Bandy, remember what we agreed on, that the two clubs play a very similar game. It will be interesting.
I think it will be. I think it'll be a good watch for a neutral. I don't think it'll be a good watch for either of us. We'll be just on the edge of our seat the entire time.
It's never good watching Leeds. I hate it.
Really?
I don't even know why I do it. Basically, even 3-0 is not enough. Because,
Jeez.
you know, there are times when, as a Leeds fan, you've been 3-0 up and you could lose the game or, you know.
That's mental.
Yeah.
3 goals up.
3 goals up with maybe 4 minutes left of injury time. That I can start to relax then. I think, you know what? We're probably going to win this.
And they've had 2 players sent off.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah. Paul Homburg, I think Forshaw deserves a start. You can see him just doing his neat job. I'd agree. I'd love some midfielders in midfield.
Is that your best? Well, you got Koch and you've got Forshaw. They're pretty good names. We've got Lookman. I mean, we lost Danny Drinkwater. That was a good name for a human being as well, for a footballer. I'm trying to think if we got any more else at the moment. We had Christian Fuchs, but again, Fuchs, but then obviously So don't think we have any like amazing name players. Like you've got Forshaw, which is he's a for sure starter. You see, like there's so many punch you can make there.
Right. The thing is, he's been injured for about 5 years.
So he's for sure not playing football then.
Right. But I would agree. Forshaw in the middle. I think that would be nice. Very surprised that Donny got some of it right, says Nora. Thanks, love.
Very supportive channel.
Right. What have you thought of Dewsbury Hall so far, says Dylan?
He's barely played, and basically he's got one of the best chances in the world, which is we just sing instead of Wonderwall, we sing Dewsbury Hall. It's brilliant. So yeah, just love that. His performances have been not too bad, but he's only featured about 4 or 5 times. He's one for the future. He's a really, again, I'm surprised you guys know. It's a credit to you to know about him. A lot of Leicester fans are really excited to watch him. He did really well in the Championship under Luton last season, before with Blackpool. Doing really, really good stuff. He's coming to the team, and he was really unlucky to not get the goal because Ian Asher got in the way and hit the post, which is just like, sums up our night yesterday. However, he's one for the future. He's going to get more game time, and he's you know what it's like. He's a boy from Leicester, and he's comes for our academy. So we're just so excited to see him succeed. But the problem is you're ahead of Tillemans, who's just unbelievable at the moment. Or he's not great at the moment, but he's an unbelievable player, and Orford and Diddy. So you can't, and James Maddison. So you can't really get in the team. That's the only problem.
So he's played 4 or 5 times. He's already got a song.
Yeah, because he's from our academy.
Jeez, you're keen.
You wouldn't, from somebody from your academy, you'd have a song ready. I mean, Wonderwall Dewsbury Hall works really well.
I think Dallas played like his 200th game or 150th or something, and we sang him a song just the other day. So,
like, you're all right.
Yeah,
over and over again.
We
won Dallas. 500 games.
You're all right.
And he's like, I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Dylan, I actually got locked out of the no context account. There you go. It's a no context lockout. That's why there's been no content. No context, then no content. There you go. Southampton 1, Villa 0. Oh, they're playing football at this moment in time.
Yeah. 1-0 Southampton. I mean, it's a good time to play Aston Villa, because I don't know if you've got them recently. They are just in the mud at the moment.
There is no sign of any danger when James Ward-Prowse gets to a loose ball on the halfway line, which loops towards the edge of the box. Matty Cash loses his bearings.
That's what I say when I've missed the exit. Yeah, I missed the exit on the M1 because I'm too busy talking. That's what I say. I've lost my bearings.
And he can't judge the flight of the ball, allowing Adam Armstrong to break his goal drought in magnificent fashion, smashing a first-time left-footed strike into the top corner of the net.
If you want to see Adonis read more snippets from other teams, you can subscribe to the Patreon.
Right, yeah. Only €55 a month. What technique that was from Armstrong. He is over the moon with that goal. That sounds like classic Pez commentary or something.
Insert player is fantastic.
Yeah. He did very adjective there.
I love the way he uses the ball.
Nora, I thought you just didn't find anything good on here for ages. Dylan not impressed. And Nora says, Fuchs, Wiggy! Wiggy's here. Into them, Donny.
Oh, Wiggy.
Leeds.
Is he was it like Leeds Pride? Is it?
It's marching out together.
Marching out together. Yes. I remember him from last year, but I hope you're doing well, Wiggy.
Paul Homeboy, I've never enjoyed watching Leeds apart from the promotion season and last year.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't around in the 60s and 70s, but you know, the Champions League run was nice. So, foreshore reintroduction has been circumspect. Yeah, you're saying words that I don't understand there. So
I was going to say they're over 2 syllables. I'm lost.
Dylan, he was a bowler at Luton. I still have a soft spot for the Championship.
Do you know what? I used to, and then I'm not going to lie. And then we started playing the Premier League. I was like, oh, this is better. I remember coming up and I was thinking, I remember how good the Championship was. And I do rate the Championship, but at the same time, the Premier League just took over and I went, right, this is better it's better to watch, and more people watch it and more people pay attention to it. So and people know about it. So I kind of have let the Championship slide a little bit. And I feel sorry, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I can't watch all the football. No one can watch all the football. That's the quote for this stream as well. No one can watch all the football. That's the inspirational quote for the week. No, I mean the Championship. I mean, even when you nearly win it, or even when you win it, it's that you'll lose to Wigan with 10 men one day, and you'll just stare at the wall for an hour. That was my entire Leicester career, following Leicester from about 2007 to about 2011, was just watching Leicester and going, we 1-0 up, lose 2-1. You could leave the match, go, why am I here? Why did I attend this match? I was looking forward to this, and this is what I attended. Great. So, yeah, and the thing is, you go, well, we're another 3 days now because 24 teams. You're constantly playing everybody. Yeah. And God forbid you have to go play Millwall away. Yeah. Or Luton. Or even like somewhere like Preston. You're like, how'd you get there? Right. Well, it's easier for us. Yeah, for you. Well, I think the advantage of being in Leicester is that we're near the M1 and that everything's not too far away, apart from Norwich, which feels like in the Middle Earth. You have to go. There's no motorways or anything. To get in there is a pain. Hmm. Yep. Okay. Back to the game. I just want to bring this up. Darren England. And VAR is Peter Banks. I don't really know anything about any of these people. Do you know Darren England? I can Google him. I'm thinking he's a ref. Right, he's a ref. That's correct. Darren England. I can bring his picture up here if you want. Oh, I think he's. Oh yeah. I think he's the only referee with hair. Right. I think all of them are like silver or bald. He's got a very like inoffensive face, like cream cheese or something. Cream cheese. He's got the face of a cream cheese. He's got the face of Philadelphia. Right. With a wig on. Us. Peter Banks. Do you know anything about him? I don't know anything about either of these referees, which probably means Gordon Banks, but that's going quite a few years.
Right. Oh, Peter Banks. He's like Darren England, but uglier.
Right. Okay. You see what I mean by silver or bold or bolding?
He's more
So-
like Pecorino.
No, Pecorino,
Yeah.
the Italian ref.
No, it's another kind of cheese. Different.
Oh,
hard,
right.
a bit harder.
Thought it was Italian referee.
No. I think that bodes well. That bodes well. If we can't really remember them, that's good.
Yes.
If
the fan base not going, oh, here we go.
Right.
Again.
It's not like it's Mike Dean. He's not going to make everything about it.
Fair enough.
Bandy, Adonis, you are so right. The only game that I felt comfortable with last season was at home to Spurs, even though we went a goal down. Bremnes goes, cracking goal by Armstrong. Armstrong put a thunderbolt in, says Dylan. Saints fans chanting about Danny Ings' class as well. There you go. Wiggy, cheers, mate. Don't like opposition fans, but you're actually a good one.
I'll take that.
Yeah, take that and run with it. Dylan, I miss Championship Twitter. It's real people. Not all these football Twitter accounts being homophobic for some clout. It's a good point.
I mean, yeah, Twitter's just in general, it's just a bit of a mess, isn't it? Just regardless of what you go on there for. I've had people just going, yeah, I've had enough. And I was like, you only follow 400 people. And he goes, yeah, I'll see you later. I'm not dealing with it anymore.
Twitter's fine unless you've got an opinion.
Yeah. You're not allowed opinion in general.
No. Don't put opinions out. That's the other inspirational quote.
Which is brilliant. Yeah, don't
have an opinion.
That should be your banner on Twitter. Do not have an opinion.
Bremner's Ghost, probably calling him Robin Banks on Sunday evening. Yep. Bandy, will Dan James get a penalty decision this season? Do you know what? That's a good point.
Is he just been unlucky?
He gets free kicks, probably because they're kind of thinking that he's still wearing red. Then they realize it's white, but they've blown the whistle already, so they've got to give it. But every time it goes to VAR, it's like, oh no, it's a completely blatant penalty, and it's just they're waved away. No, check over, keep going, play on, boys, play on.
Oh dear, how's he been again? And also, that's a lot of money for a young boy. I know he did well. He did well for you when he came first of all, but it's a lot of money.
He didn't actually come to us.
Did he not?
Yeah, no.
Jeez.
He signed the contract. He was wearing the shirt. He'd done the promo photos. And then Hugh Jenkins, I think it was, at Swansea, didn't pick up his phone to finalize the deal. And then he went to Scum for 15 million at the end of the season. Has he done well? No. There's definitely something in there. There's a footballer in there. He seems a little unconfident, to be honest with you, to me. Maybe that's a hangover from playing.
Tax.
Yeah, for that lot. Yeah. So no, I would like to see him run at defenders more and create something.
You would have thought that Bielsa would have got that out of him.
Well, give him time.
Yeah. Sure.
Bring on the cheese references, says Nora. Lutius is having a sunglasses emoji face. Dylan says we need the Palace known fella back for the Palace game. We can try and sort that out, Dylan.
He's more than happy to come on. I think on his behalf, like I'm his agent, but still.
Right. Yeah, he's coming. Yeah. Refs in us this year is driving me crazy, says Paul. Callum, I remember staying up thinking, how long was that deal going to take? Yeah, it was ridiculous. Okay, a few stats for the weekend then. Sheffield-born Leicester City striker Jamie Vardy has scored in each of his last 5 Premier League away appearances in Yorkshire.
Well done for that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a thing. You've come with statistics. I've come with a green screen that doesn't work and a happy face. It normally works on my stream, but it's first time using the piece of software. But it's got it to help now, and there's nothing interesting going on behind me there. So
it's football. Football pitches are green.
You're really struggling, aren't you? Grass is green. Essentially, that's what that means.
The only player to score in 6 consecutive Premier League away appearances in Yorkshire is Harry Kane. Yeah. As well as scoring 40% of Leeds Premier League goals this season, Rafinha has created the most chances, 18, had the most shots, 32, and completed the most dribbles, 26, of any player for Leeds United in 2021-22. Have you seen much of Rafi?
Do you know what? The only time I've seen him is constantly. I know what it's like. So half our players, every single. You believe all the rumors, half the players are going to all the big top 6. But I've only ever seen him when he's they go, he's brilliant. Why is he not playing for a top team? And so you see him on Match of the Day and stuff. I think he's a great player. I genuinely do. I think he got himself a right good player there. And he just looks, the flair and flamboyancy is just, he's just brilliant. I'd love to have him as in, like, he's really annoying, especially coming against us. I was like, oh, he's gonna have a good time. That's really annoying, but I could see him doing some bits against him because we defensively are in a bit of a bad state, to be honest. But I think he's been good, but I've not watched enough to, like, in a match to go, this is what kind of person he is, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're going to benefit from Castagna going over to the left-hand side to deal with him.
Maybe.
Leicester have won 4 of their last 5 league trips to Leeds United and lost 1, as many as they had in their previous 16 to Ellen Road. Foxes are looking to win 3 in a row at Leeds for the first time in their history. There you go. That would be a thrill for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'd just take any kind of points at the moment, as well as the same as you, because I'm like, Jesus, this is just not. Again, we're still 11th, but I think the expectations are just so not high. But we finished 5th. We were a decent enough Premier League team. We've proven ourselves to beat certain players, certain teams, and it's just one of them seasons where the more you analyze it, the more frustrated you are. So you just go, right, just ignore this win, just ignore this kind of draw or loss, and we just got to just move on from this one because it's not good enough. But if you start analyzing it too much, you get angry more. So you're just like, right, just ignore and try and move on to the next game. Because at the moment, and especially when it comes to December, the games are just going to come constantly.
Okay, and Leeds are looking to win consecutive league matches for the first time this season, though both of their victories so far this term have come against Watford and Norwich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not going great for us this season. All right, let me get round to your chat and then we'll wrap this one up. 8-Ball Alley, I think I've worked out Twitter. If you have no friends and no followers, nobody ever sees your tweet. But you get no grief.
You get no nothing.
Love that, Ali.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you like food, if it's like the perfect meal for you, not people complain about it, is not eating.
Right. Well, it's not quite. I mean, you don't need to be on Twitter to live.
No. Some people feel like you do, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Twitter is not food. There you go.
There we go. Third one of the night. You get just get rolling off the tongue, mate.
We're on a roll. We're on a roll here. Someone writing this down. This is gold.
Somebody bring the cheese puns. Bread and rolls go too well together.
This isn't Tottenham. We don't have cheese platters. Dylan Easton, Dan James. Yeah, they've got a cheese room in that new stadium, and they just employed Comte as well, which is another cheese.
Yeah, another kind of cheese.
Right. So that's a very cheesy preview tonight.
Yeah. I'm trying to think more puns, but I'm not that clever.
Right. Dan James will be a great player for 25 million, going to take off once he gets his first goal. His pace is frightening. I can't remember who said it, but somebody also said that James would have been better. Right. Paul Homboy. James has done better if he'd been given at least 2 of the penalties. Yep. couple of assists. And Saul says, too early to judge, James. Learning a new system in a team playing shit. Nora was already wondering about the green screen. There you go. It's a football pitch, Nora.
Yep. I'm just lying down.
Right. Someone, hopefully your team can lie down on Sunday. That'd be good. Brendan's goes, someone please spike Vardy's Red Bull with laxatives. That'd be great. Not the first.
Gary Lineker, remember? We exactly.
Yeah. He shit himself, didn't he?
Yeah, we talked about that on the post match again. I think this time last year. Again, we're really mature on this program, and we talk about all of the highlights and stuff. We're basically Sky Sports News at this point.
So, you know, when you bang your head, you don't know if you've got a bit of claret there or not, and you put your hand there, and then you look at it like that. He did the same thing with his shit.
It was a bit before my time, but yeah, I can imagine it was like, yeah, you do that and you go, okay, that's But then the moment is all the cameras on you, you're like, this is not going to end well. There's only a lose-lose situation from there on out.
What did he think was down there?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
he just thought he'd check, and he checked, and it came back amber. Like it came back, it came back red. It came back brown. He goes, okay, it's the code red. It's like full brown. Lockdown. He needs to go full lockdown.
Brown alert. Dylan, Vardy's bound to score after he missed a penalty the other night. Yeah, he just seemed like the kind of player who would relish getting angry. Like he'd really turn it up.
If Leeds, I'd encourage Leeds fans to go after him because he thrives off it. It's really funny when all this stuff. To be fair, I don't watch. I don't really pay attention. But there was a load of stuff apparently that came between Wayne Rooney's wife and his wife, and the opposition fans were giving him grief for it. He actually went on a 9 games spell of scoring in a row. And we're thinking he's going to break his own record. I think he got 8 or 9 games in a row. So he loves. If you give him grief, he will just turn into another beast. So. It's kind of like it's the opposite. Whatever the opposite of the Achilles heel is, that's him. He just thrives under that. Again, when he plays against Sheffield United because the Sheffield Wednesday boy, he just absolutely loves it because he loves how much stick they give him, and he goes, right, I'm just going to put it in the back of your net and see what happens.
Okay, no songs about Varney.
Yep, write that one down.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, Honest, you're a lovely man, but that message is not getting through to the Leeds fans.
Right. Paul, he has a port before a game, doesn't he? Vardy?
Yeah, he has a port ham and cheese sandwich, a couple of cans of Red Bull, and he's got 11 goals in it. He's got a world record for breaking the number of goals because that's Jamie Vardy. His best performance was, or the most iconic thing is he's sitting on the bench. He was injured. He's injured in the previous 3 matches, and we're playing against Arsenal. We're playing 4-5-1 with Harvey Barnes as kind of the lone striker up front, who's not a striker at all. To take him off, take somebody to the midfielders off, put Jamie Vardy on, and he's sitting on the side. He downs a can of Red Bull, throws it on the floor, and then goes and scores and wins the game. But like no warm up, no nothing. He just downs the Red Bull and goes, right, stick me on, Gaffer. I'll put it in the back of the net. And he did within 5 minutes. And it's like the most Jamie Vardy thing in history. He goes, no, he just runs off Red Bull and ham sandwiches, which is like the most working class thing I can imagine. Yeah,
in the era of diets and millionaires, he's a breath of fresh air. He is.
Yeah.
Pains me to say. Rusty Smith, Nout and nobody works in Leicester. There you go.
Yeah, well, that's lies, but fine, fair enough. That's what you think. We got Walker's Crisps here. I think you'll know. At least it employs at least 4 people. But no, we're all right. We're not a massive city, but
just
the thing is,
guys,
it's like
4 guys peeling potatoes.
Yeah, and another one just grating cheese, and that's all we got.
Right.
And coming back to there's got to be a cheese pun in there somewhere. Oh, Red Leicester. There we go.
8-Ball Alec, this might be a good match to bet on Strauch to score. Yeah, why not? As long as it doesn't come off the side of his 50p head.
Leicester's defence are there for the taking. So
right. Leicester is really hard with people with dyslexia. Okay.
Yeah. It's not pronounced great, is it? It's not written how it's pronounced. Especially
Right.
Americans. I love Leicester. And
Leicester.
you go, right. You know lots about our football team. Thank you very much.
Dylan, at this point, Norwich should remain the Championship to defend their title. Yeah.
They're on minus 22 goal difference.
There's
already.
no point, is there? There's no point. They might as well give up now. Paul, what goes with port, cheese and crackers? Bandy, we have a lot to fear from Leicester. No, all this talk about Vardy makes me anxious. Thanks, guys. Dylan, Vardy is my FPL captain for all these reasons. Oops. Well, I've captained Salah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right.
I think I have as well. I don't really pay attention to too much fancy because I'm terrible. But I dabble a little bit. Salah's just a good go-to.
Okay. Well, we've had the information from the press conferences, previous matches with last season's results. We've done predicted lineups, and we've had ref watch.
And we talked about cheese.
Right, and cheese. Yeah. And we've had all the inspirational quotes you can shove into a baguette.
Which is the fourth inspirational quote.
Right.
Put that in your baguette.
Yeah, and dilute it. Okay. Given all that, what is your predicted scoreline?
I have to fancy my team to go for it, but I know you guys are going to score. It's going to be a stupid game, like a 4-3 or a 3-2, or people can say 2-2. I can see a draw, but I think for the back, I have to back my team and say they were going to win it. I know we played on Thursday. It was probably going to be a very similar, 70% the same team. But the fact is, the last 3 games we've played in Leicester as well. So obviously, we're coming to you guys in how you're doing it. I think I'll go for a win for us. I think we can get a 3-2 because we are not keeping a clean sheet. That's guaranteed for this one.
Okay. And I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds. I'm going to say Forshaw is going to score. And Llorente. There you go. Dylan, 3-0 Leicester. Hope I'm wrong. Brendan goes 3-1. Dan James to get 1 or to get the 1. Nora 3-2 Leeds. And Bandy Leeds 49, Leicester 7.
Is that a reference to what you tweeted out? Was it you earlier? Tweeted out we're all the 49ers, right?
Right. The 49ers have upped their investment to 44% of Leeds United.
Why not make it 49?
Right. That would...
branding purposes.
Right. That's a great shout. Neil, why aren't you on the board of Leeds? That would have been all the 49ers.
Yeah, sure. If it depends on how much money you're going to give me, but I'm all ears.
Okay. Paul says crowd really important to 2-1 Leeds. Yep. I agree with that prediction. And Dylan says it's halftime 1-0 to the Saints, by the way. Right. Final thoughts? Anything to add, Neil?
Thanks for having me on, even though it's on my channel as well. So, yeah, more than happy to jump on it. It's been a while since we did something. So, yeah, great to finally meet. And apart from this, all the best from when we play you for the next time, for the rest of the season.
Right. Thank you. Thanks very much. Yeah, it was delightful to be on your channel as well.
Yeah. This is the first time doing this. I was like, okay, this is, yes. Normally like, we welcome you to our channel, but you're also on ours. So it's like, okay. It's like we both got guns at each other's head. Like, okay, you pull the trigger first.
Okay.
Is it on telly? Sorry, I didn't
Is it?
because we played at 2:00 and they decided to put Tottenham and West Ham instead of ours. Is this actually on TV? It should be.
No, but the game will not be broadcast on television.
Oh, lovely.
But I mean, for me, it is because
they've put Spurs. They've put Spurs and Everton. Right.
2 small clubs.
Yeah.
Leicester have won the league. Leicester have won the league.
You won the Champions League
since Spurs won the league. And Leeds have won the league since Spurs won the league.
Yeah. I think people have died and Spurs haven't won the league. That are like 50, like 60 years old and they still haven't seen them.
I agree. Right. Roll on Sunday, says Bremner. Great team, you two. Cheers. Paul, great stream, lads, says Dylan. Good one. Cheers, guys. Rusty. Bandy says, well done, gentlemen. Thanks for this, guys. Come on, Leeds. Get stuck into them.